We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Devon Achane, Miami Dolphins running back. Just put up insane numbers. Like, his potential shown in this game was superstar. Like, looked amazing. Historical numbers, really. Like, his performance. You know, I'm a huge fan if you've been following the channel. Like, even before they drafted him, I've been on this Achane train. Loving exactly what he brings to this team. McDaniel used him perfectly, got him out in space, and just like, people love to talk about his speed, which is, fair. Like, but a lot of track guys don't make it in this league because they're just track guys. Achain's a football player. Like, he's got more than just the speed out there. His burst and speed combined with like his fluid hips, his elite footwork. His feet are so good. He's such a great job of transitioning upfield with just little wasted movement. It's so awesome to see. And you combine all those things, like fluid hips make it really hard for defenders to get like a clean hit on you, and he's just gliding, so people like the defenders take poor angles. Like, this team put up 70, dude. I'll break down two in the boys tomorrow, but 70? Like, what was happening? Like, I think we're truly witnessing something special. Like, I've never seen this before. The offensive line, tight ends, everyone deserves so much credit for the blocking. There was some big holes being created, and this game kind of showed why I thought they didn't really need to add a running back. Like, I was never a huge proponent of it. It was just really awesome to see on this play, specifically the first like toss action of his game. Like, he had over 200 yards and 4 touchdowns, and he only played 30 snaps. That's insane. Like, the way he gets out here, slow play it, and then once he cuts up, press off that block, and his decision to accelerate at full speed there, you can just see how ridiculous that burst is. I love when they go 21, motion Mostert out. They use them in so many different ways. He's just setting up this block, working off the back of Armstead here. Great job by Julian Hill on this block to seal this too. Just press up on Armstead. A lot of guys would try to shoot up right away, but he keeps it until Armstead's about to get his block, and he puts that left foot in the ground and accelerates. That is elite burst. He changes up his angle. He does a really good job with like his curvilinear movement, where he'll not just go straight, but change up the angle, get guys to move, and then he does a very good job of getting skinny, and he'll brace for contact falling forward. He played really good toughness. His toughness and contact balance are underrated. Like, you can see, I know a lot of guys wanted like big power backs, but these guys were playing like they're more, finesse speed backs, him and Mostert, but they showed some power in this one. They were bullying people out in space. Like, truly awesome to see. Like, I think we're really witnessing something special in Miami. Like, I've never seen anything like this as a Dolphins fan. Then we get to see Achain get his first touchdown out in space. Like, really, really awesome. Just pure instincts here, like, to get this. It's not as clean. It's nice to see him, like, even though there was a lot of plays where he had, like, huge holes, and you just got to see him out in space. Like, great scheming by McDaniel, great blocking, and they deserve a bunch of credit. You also got to see there were some plays where Achain, definitely made some things happen here where it wasn't as clean. This is blocked up pretty well here, but there's flow. There's guys coming up unblocked. He presses like right here, you can tell he runs into the block of Barrios. That's just sort of his body moving a little faster than his mind. Those are things you still got to clean up. But then it's just pure instincts. Even though you make a mistake, you run into your own blocker, now you're just instincts. Look at him dip under this block. Stay low, square, brace for contact, makes a contact with a guy about like the 3-yard line, and then carry the DB into the end zone. That's some great play strength. It's an underrated trait of his. Love to see this for his game. It's hugely important. And now they've unlocked him, and I just don't see them, putting this back away, even when Ahmed comes back. Like, you can't, like, if they're able to play to this level, him and Mostert, I don't know how you stop this offense. Even if they put up half the stats of what they put up in this game, like, I don't think you can stop the Miami Dolphins offense at all. The passing game will be pretty much consistent all year long. There might be a couple games where they slow down, but if the running game or these guys, even out of the backfield, like, they made a big impact in the receiving game too. It's just really awesome to see. And look at his footwork there. It's so clean. I love watching his feet. His step frequency is so high. Look how quickly his feet are working, and it's just pure instincts to finish from there. Achain, pure burst to the end zone, another toss, great blocked, and this ends up getting called back because there's a holding, but like, just shows that he had a couple big, I think he had 2 solid runs like this, at least 10 yards plus on another one where they both got called back for a holding. So like, his stats, he does end up scoring later on this drive, so it doesn't end up mattering too much. But it's just this offense, like, usually in the past when Dolphins offense would get holding or penalties like this, they'd end up kind of screwing themselves, and the drives would end instantly. You get a holding penalty, but they were able to score pretty much every drive other than one, like when they had that drive earlier where they had the they ran the ball 4 straight plays. But Achain, getting him more work on some toss, working off Smythe here. You can see the angle he takes. The angle he takes, like, this is opening up, and he could hit right through right away, but he widens just enough to get these two to widen, set up this block, stick his foot in the ground, and then burst to the end zone. The safety has no chance to get there because his speed is ridiculous. And this might seem like, a pretty standard play, which it is pretty standard. But if he just tries to hit through the hole right away, these guys can easily peel off these blocks. It makes it harder for these guys to get there. And he just does a really good job of setting that up and getting into the end zone, even though it didn't end up counting. But wow, just everyone really deserves a lot of credit for how this offense performed. It was absolutely insane. Nice little 10-yard rush here from Achain. We get to see him working in between the tackles. Like to see more of this too. I thought he looked pretty solid there as well. Like, they got him out in space a lot, some reverses, some tosses, and he looked phenomenal, in the receiving game too. But even just working between the tackles, very well blocked. They're running some split zone action there, and he just instantly hits the hole. He sees it right away. Things open up. They're all flowing to the right. Tight end flowing back. Outside zone. He's reading, this, and just sees this hole open up right away. This is beautifully blocked up front. And then he bursts through. And you can see how, he sets this up. He runs towards the defender because this guy's setting up this block. And then he starts to transition down. Boom. Footwork. Cut up field. Brace for contact. Fall forward to pick up an extra couple yards. So I like his decision making, especially at the second level, and how quick it is. But look at how good his feet here are. Like, when he has to transition, boom. That instant transition, like, he is bursting here, about to hit top speed, and he is instantly able to transition and stop on a dime. That is special. That is why he is more than just a track guy. Like, his athleticism all around in so many different ways is really elite. They really just trusted Achain in this game, like, down in the red zone a lot, getting him involved. I liked seeing him involved on these concepts. Looks comfortable, working some counter here. Like, you can see, set this up, work off the back of some tight ends and fullbacks pulling with you with some counter step action. Flow of this, you want to work off the back of this guy right here. You're following him through the hole, presses up into it, sees this is kicked out, and then he makes a very quick decision. Look at his footwork here. Just working off 73, he wants to, bounce this to the outside, but then instantly, it's just instantly, boom, left foot in the ground to right foot in the ground to get upfield transition, get skinny through the hole, avoid that defender, fall forward, just help maximize your yardage. Just very quick decision making combined with his feet there that allows him to get upfield, because a lot of guys might end up running into some players in the backfield because it was blocked up well, but he made the correct decisions and took the correct path to get where he ended up going. Then he gets the second touchdown on the shovel pass, the no look from Tua. I mean, just beautifully designed. Like, look at this this play here. They motion Tyreek around like they're gonna, work on some end around. Tua with his eyes is selling it. They also have Alec angled going out into the flat. Like, a lot of people key the fullback. Like, linebackers have their keys, right? They're keying guards, offensive linemen. A lot of them also key the fullback, and the fullback goes out into the flat. Tyreek's going around. They have so much going on. Tua's faking with his eyes. All the offensive linemen are pass blocking. And then, boom, just a shovel forward. And then Achain makes a guy miss, breaks a tackle, does multiple different things. Like, I love how, even though this was a pretty, standard play, Achain still had to go to work and make this play happen down the goal line. There's, some space to work with. He wants to get around, breaks that tackle, and out of it, as soon as he breaks the tackle, that right foot hits the ground, and he's able to cut this back. Like, a lot of guys, in this specific scenario, other athletes on the football field, they would have to, not just stick one foot in the ground. They might have to take a couple steps, or it wouldn't be this smooth. The ability to stick that foot in the ground like that, out of contact, and go back the other way into the end zone, that's very, very amazing stuff from Achain. Honestly, all these plays from Achain are almost every snap that he's in. It's actually crazy. Nice to see him, working through the tackles again, sifting through the trash. These things are nice to see. It's some toss action, but lead outside zone type of blocking principles up front. Just working off the back of angle. They're, tossing this out. They're getting him tosses earlier. This is one where, you're aiming points back to the inside. They bend this back. He's working behind angled here. Anticipation to find these cutback lanes, because you're trying to hit this cutback lane, but he's anticipating, with this flow of the defense, that he can cut this back, but then bend it back to get on the right path here. So then stick that foot in the ground, make this linebacker miss at the second level. Love the lower body flexion right here. You can see, point that toe, open the hips, and just change direction, pick up your feet to avoid that, and then fall forward, fight for some extra yards. I feel like, honestly, he's really just a great all-around back. He's showing that he's a complete package. I think people really underestimated his pure running skills inside the box, the tackle box. And teams are kind of forced to play some light boxes against the Dolphins because of their weapons. And they did this all without Jalen Waddle, which I really think allowed Achain to shine because they had a lot of design plays for him that I think could also, be designed for Waddle on like those end arounds and such. But wow, it was really amazing, awesome, special to watch. Now, this wasn't Achain getting the ball here, but I just wanted to show this because it's just a beautifully designed play from McDaniel. Like, absolutely insane, because they do this a lot, with the end arounds motion, behind the back, sort of handoffs with this guy leading into it. These are plays that McDaniel has definitely run in the past. And I'm going to do a Mostert video later in the week, too, because he deserved it, because he looked amazing. But I just had to show this play, because look at the effect that Achain motioning here has on this play, and Mostert taking some counter steps. Look at all of these defenders. Look at all of them flow out of the way. All 4 of them are going for the Achain reverse, and then they pull it back, and it's just an easy walk-in touchdown. Like, that is a beautifully designed play. Watch these guys. No chance. Like, wow, McDaniel deserves a bunch of credit, and so does the offensive line, because you don't put up those types of numbers as a running back, no matter how good you are, without some great play calling and offensive line play. And here we get some reverse action. They have the orbit motion across, which ends up being the lead blocker. They fake it to Mostert, get him out in space, everyone blocking things up well. Achain just doing what he does. Probably could have scored there. I feel like he almost ran out of gas when he probably could have hit a cutback lane. But just getting him out in space, he has the speed to get around these initial defenders who are unblocked. Great job. And then just see the field. Great field vision from him. Press this up. Doesn't just immediately try to hit the cutback lane. He presses into the guys and then hits the cutback. Makes some people miss and a little bit of a tighter confinement. Run through some arm tackles. Even lose his balance a little bit and still stay on his feet. Pick up the feet there. Just really natural, instinctive player with the ball in his hands. I mean, just based on Surtain's sort of positioning right here, maybe it's hard to cut it back from where he's at. He kind of has that perfect angle on him. And then you can see he sort of ran out of gas, but wow, Achain out in space was just making plays. Like, this is only on 30 snaps, which is insanity. Like, this is one of the best rookie performances I've ever seen. Like, wow. Achain also getting involved as a receiver off the play action here. Nice to see Tua find his check down option. Gonna do Tua tomorrow. Like, Tua had another amazing game. Like, definitely deserves so much credit for his play right now. Like, just wasn't missing. Like, he didn't have to do anything too crazy, but like, his efficiency is at another level. It deserves so much respect. Like to see Achain be prepared, catch the ball, and then now you get to see him out in space, make some people miss, avoid the first guy. Also show, like, he drags him around, he spins out of it, stick with it, pick up those feet, get over that defender, make some guys miss out in space, brace for contact. Like, this is just seeing Achain win in so many different ways, even when it's not like a design touch. Like, wow. Like, I've really liked what I've seen from Achain. Like, right here, you can see exactly what he does. Square up this defender, hard stab. You can see that lower body flexion. This is exactly what you want. You point that toe in the hips, wide base. It really makes it hard, like, this is how you make dynamic cuts. DB, break the tackle, stay on his feet, contact balance, strength, underrated part of his game. I feel like, people just think because he's a smaller back that he can't do that, but he definitely has that part of his game unlocked. This was another run called back from holding, some more outside zone lead off the back of Ingold, setting up these blocks, and then just burst to get downhill. These holes were opening up. Great job by the offensive line. Probably will do a video just on them later in the week too, because they were dominant as run blockers, good in pass protection as well. Just working off the back of Ingold. I love the angles that Achain takes on these plays. He really understands exactly like his aiming points, his landmarks, setting these up. This guy starts to penetrate. He wants to get off the back of Ingold, so he takes a little bit of a wider, angle right here that he might hit through here. So 41 kind of forced to get up on Ingold, and he sets it up with perfect patience, and then boom, decisive, get downhill, burst, fall into some defenders, not afraid to take any contact down the field. Even on his negative plays, Achain, like this 2-yard loss, I love plays like this. This guy comes in unblocked, has the easiest tackle for loss of all time. Achain doesn't even have the ball yet when he's about to get hit, and he's still able to make a miss. You got to be creative. You got to be able to create plays, and I think Achain showed me enough where he can create plays even when things aren't worked up front, because he should have lost like 4 or 5 yards on this play, and you take this as a 2-yard loss just based on the situation. This could have turned into something way worse. It could have turned into, possible fumble right at the mesh point because he's right there. So these are little things that happen that you love to see, even though it's a negative on the stat sheet. That's a win in my book from Devon Achane. Here's his third touchdown. Dolphins going with the deep orbit motion, angled out into the flat again. Everything being set up perfectly. And this is the play where Achain really didn't have to do anything. He just has to, sell that like he might be blocking here. Turn around, no look, little flip from Tua. Everything blocked up nicely. Everyone's working here. The whole secondary just isn't able to see it until it's too late, and he just walks into the end zone, just adding to his insane stat sheet. Now getting towards the end of the game, starting offense is out. He only gets a couple more touches, but we're going to show how he looked here. Nice to see him make some guys miss there in some tight confinements. This is really good footwork. Just watch this outside zone run to the right. Work off your blocks there. Make that guy miss. Love the little, move there in the confined space right there. But setting that up, he's reading enemy line of scrimmage. People might think he could cut back here, but he's able to bend this, bounce this a little bit to the outside, change up that angle. Like, look how he presses up in here a little bit, and look what this does. This makes this defender commit into this gap because Achain gave him a little move to the inside there. Get back to the outside, press this up, and then look at him preparing to make this move. That's some anticipation skills. Force him to miss, get back on your track, fight forward. Love exactly what I'm seeing out of Achain in between the tackles. Even though it was a limited sample size, he is looking very, very comfortable. Last play that we're going to break down here for Devon Achane, and what do you know? It's a 67-yard touchdown, getting him on some pitch action in the backfield, and that is, speed I think can be a little bit overrated at times as a trait for a running back, but this is where it comes in handy. Like, a lot of other athletic traits are more important, but when you combine it all and you have speed in this Dolphins offense, how do you stop this, man? Like, just patience. We'll watch this a little more slowly in the backfield because it's a long run, but just setting this up with some patience. He's just reading the defense here. Press this up. They're blocking everything up here well. He presses, waits, and now he sees, anticipates the hole, and bursts through. And him just getting slowly up in here makes this safety commit a little bit to the inside, and now he loses contain, and nobody is catching him because he is gliding into the end zone. Like, it looks like he's not even trying, and he's getting it there with ease. It's insane. Like, wow, this Dolphins offense is not going to be fair. This was all without Jalen Waddle, which is absolutely insane. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, it was a very historical offensive performance. They could have broke the yard record, the scoring record if they wanted to. They didn't even, if Tua played the whole game, they might have put up 90. Like, the Dolphins offense was not being stopped. They scored 10 touchdowns. What was happening? It feels like a fever dream at this point, guys. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below your reactions for sure, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.